Hi, it's Bill Hawthorn. 21 plus years of making creative real estate deals has taught me some valuable lessons. And today I'm going to go over one of the most valuablest lessons you can learn. Here's what I'm talking about. How do you know what offer to make a seller? On Bill's planet, in my world, there's 7 different offers. And if you're seeing this video as your first video, just go down to the chat or below this video. There's a link there, and there's a course you can get into, a free course you can get by email, and it'll explain all of this. If you're in that course, just hang tight. You got this video from an email. Hang tight because I am going to blow your hair back like never before with this simple in the head type of math that you can do while you're talking to your seller and know exactly what offers you could give them that they can accept. Now, that's mathematically. Doesn't mean that their mind will let them accept it, but you mathematically can make these offers so that you're not giving too low of an offer or giving too high of an offer. Most importantly, to the seller or to you. Are you overpaying or underpaying? I know that when you're new in real estate, this is very, very crucial on how you make offers. Like, am I offering too much? Am I going to lose my shirt on this later? Can I sell it later? All these questions are rumbling around inside your head, and you're wondering, should I or shouldn't I? This video, I promise, by the time we get done, you will not have those questions anymore. You might have to watch this video a couple times to get it to absorb, but it's all right here. So here's what I want to do. I did a seminar, charged a lot of money for it. Back in the day when I did it, it was a few years ago. And I've taken a clip from that seminar to show you exactly how I do this. It's called the loan to value ratio, which is LTV. I explained it in the video. I'm gonna cut out of this screen right now. I'm gonna flip you over into the clip that I have prepared for you. You're gonna watch that for a couple of minutes. You're gonna see the math. You're gonna understand it. I'm gonna explain it all simple. I'm gonna put it on the board so you can see it, and then I'm gonna come back and we'll talk about a couple more things before we leave today. Okay? So here we go. Over to the clip. Take notes. Okay, so the first thing I want to cover is a thing called loan to value. It's called LTV. Okay? What that means is if you have a $100,000 house, something that's worth $100K, and you owe $70K, you divide this into that, and you have 70%. Make sense? So loan to value is, it's worth 100. Now everybody says that. Why? Because when I do it on a calculator, it doesn't work that way. So you think it's the other way? No, but no. I want to clear because Carl tells me this too. You take 100 and divide it by 70? No, I take 70 and divide it by 100 and I get a percentage.
Well, you'll notice there's buying is into. That could be the difference.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's right? Okay, good. Okay. I said it reverse. Is that what it's the way I'm saying it? Ah, so what am I supposed to say? Divide 70 into 100.
No, 70. Make it a fraction, 70 over 100.
Okay.
70%.
Well, let's do it the dumbass Bill way, okay? You type in the computer 70 and hit the divide button, and then 100 and equals, and you get the number. However I say it, that's how you do it, okay? Thank you. Unless they owe too much. So anyways, it's loan to value. Now, why are we doing that? And Jesse was the one that, it took me some time to go through this with Jesse, so we're going to do it Jesse's way now, right? So what this means is you have 30% in equity.
Okay? Now this number is very important. Do you know why? If I were to make an offer on this property, if I know that he owes 70, so forget about what it's worth. If I know he owes 70, and I give him an offer at 55,000, what's going to happen? Instant no. So it's vital to know what the equity of the property is so you know which one of the 7 deals you're going to use because you want to manipulate the equity. You want to make the deal based on the equity. The equity is what the guy is going to want to negotiate. He doesn't want to negotiate the 70 grand. He owes 70 grand. He doesn't know. He can call the bank and say, will you take 55? He's not willing to do that or doesn't know that. And that's a lot of work. So if he's got $30,000 worth of equity, that's what you're going to negotiate, is that 30 grand worth of equity. Now, if his problem is really pushing on him like a gun to his head, he might give you the whole 30,000. If he's not that motivated, he might only give you $1 of it. So when we're filling out the prospect-suspect form, which is the one-page form we use to qualify someone, and again, if you don't know what this is, just check with Pete or Jesse or Mary or anyone, and they'll show you how to get one. Do you have some with you? Why don't you pass one around while we're talking so they can see what it looks like? So, a couple. So a prospect... All day he's been doing this to me. All day. So a prospect-suspect form is a one piece of paper that I use. So it does a couple things. Number one, it gets, when you're on the phone with somebody, you ask all the questions so you don't miss anything. Okay? On one piece of paper. Number two, you find out what the math is of the deal. Like this. Number three, you find out if they're motivated or not. Because there's 2 types of people. There's prospects and suspects. Ron LeGrand came up with that. I love the guy to death. I credit him for a lot of things because he was one of my mentors. You whack the suspects. You talk to the prospects. This piece of paper does that. Okay? So when you're looking at it, you find out that there's 30% worth of equity. Are you with me? That's what we're going to talk about. Because if you're giving him an offer that goes outside of his equity, you just lost a deal. You just mentally shut that person down. So why would you want to do that? Right? Are you with me? Yeah, equity. Wow. Equity, the definition of equity, is the difference between what they owe and what they can sell for. It's not what it's worth, it's what it can be sold for. Wanda might come along and tell you, oh yeah, this property's worth $100,000, Bill. But we'll put it on the market, we'll bring it to the market, and the only offers we get are 90 grand. So Wanda wasn't wrong, she just a comparable. It was an extrapolation. Meaning she took a bunch of data and she brought it forward and said, here's what I think. Right? So comps are not like the Holy Grail, but they're a gauge for you to figure out what you're going to do. Actual equity is the difference between what you owe and what you're going to collect at the closing. Okay? This is important because the way the system works, you send out your mail, like we do. We send mail. There's other ways to do it. There's signs and all kinds of other ways. Actually, there's 30 ways that I've done marketing. Okay? And the reason why I feel like I could talk like this is because over a course of about 7 or 8 years, I spent between $7,000 and $9,000 a month on marketing. Okay? That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay? I figured out some things work, some things don't. The 2 best things are this letter that we mail and yellow signs. And Pete and I have been testing yellow signs, and they kind of suck lately. But we're still working on them, but that's what happens. Okay? And it could just be because we're in Wallingford. I've been putting signs out in Wallingford for 10 years. Okay? So it just... They're not allowed anywhere. They're not allowed anywhere. No. Yeah, so I'll tell you a quick story. I owned a gas station for 30 years, 25 years. And everybody knew me. I had records. I was known by the cops. One day I'm in my office. Cop comes in. He's got my yellow sign. He sits down at the desk. He goes, Bill, I want to tell you a story. I said, shoot. The captain and I just spent about an hour and a half or 2 hours trying to find a way that we can give you a ticket or arrest you for putting these signs out. And there is none. You're violating a zoning law, and that's it. And we can't arrest you or give you a ticket for that. Zoning doesn't like it, and they'll bust your balls about it, pardon my French, but there's nothing we can do about it. What I'm asking you to do, because I don't think I'm going to get you to stop, is please don't put it on town property. And we'll leave you alone. And I stopped putting it on, because what I was doing is, there's one intersection down here in Elm Street where there's an island in the middle of it, and I would put it on the island. That's town property. They didn't want it there. So I started putting it on state property and other places, okay? Now, I understand. Now, if you get to know me, one of the things about me is I have a very high ethics level. I don't believe in being dishonest or doing anything crooked. That's about the only thing that I'll do that I push the limit on. But it's so much money, I can't refuse it. Most towns. Well, any town is zoning, yeah. Because you have to have zoning to put a sign up. We're
involved with Fortune Builders.
Yep.
We're also involved in another association for real estate.
Uh-huh. Who's the other group?
Oh. Never really got a real name.
Oh.
We invested quite a bit.
Van Merrill's a friend of mine. I'm very aware of what he does.
He's really, he's the right.
Yep.
We actually have another guy from California. Actually, he's from England.
Uh-huh.
But he came over. He's been doing it for probably 25 years here in the United States.
Good.
We're just in here.
There's other people here that Than Merrill group. I forgot who they don't. You guys are Than or Ron LeGrand? You guys are Ron LeGrand. Oh, you did Than Merrill too? Oh, you were, yeah. Yeah, they're Than and Ron LeGrand guys. So. Mm-hmm. So because you brought it up, I'm going to just put it right on the table, okay? I know those guys. They're cool guys. I'm going to tell you exactly the difference between them and me. I'm here on the ground doing it every day. I don't make my money here. I make my money buying and selling houses. The difference between me and them is I'm going to give you a little theory, but my ratio is 2 to 1. Learn 2 things, do something. I'm the doing guy. I do it. And if you want to have any questions about that, ask any one of these guys, because they've been coming around for a while. I'm going to go out. If you're part of my groups and we're giving exchange back and forth, I mean, how many offers have I given with you guys? I go out in the house and make offers with them and buy houses with them. So, and I'm not trying to be better than them. I'm just saying that I like to do deals. So that's great. Okay, loan to value. We have it? Good.
Okay, so we got into a little bit of marketing there, and there were some questions from the crowd, which I left in there because I thought, why not be real? This is how it really happened. More importantly, over the next couple days in your email inbox, I guess, I am going to deliver to you exact ways that you could do these 7 deals that I've been talking about. So just hang tight. If this is the first video you're seeing of me, just click on the link below and you can get into the email training course and you can get all these videos put together so they make sense to you. If you're in the email course already, then this is awesome because I am going to deliver these to you one at a time over the next several days so you understand what to do with each type of transaction. But this formula is crucial because this tells you where to start with your seller when you start talking to them on what offer you should offer first, what offer you should give them second, what offer you should give them third. And I'm going to explain all of that in great detail, I promise. So just hang with me. Make sure you open up tomorrow's email so you can see the first deal structure we're going to go through. Okay? In the meantime, if you have any questions, just go to support If you're on YouTube watching this video for the very first time, just click on the button in the comments section and I will get you into Bill's world and we will help you with all of this. Like incredibly too much help. Okay? And that's my story. So I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll talk soon. Enjoy your day. Go find a deal.